Okay, now I'm not muted. All right. It's been 2 weeks. My bad. Truth be told, I just really needed the time. That game jam really did take a toll on me. But I'm alive. I'm fine. For the sake of the VOD, I do want to take a moment to show the VTuber Tiny Jam results. For those who may have missed out, the reason we had done game development in the first place was for an event called VTuber Tiny Jam 2025, hosted by a Twitch streamer named Mossflower. It was a great event. I had a lot of fun. I got to play some of the people's submissions. If I actually pull up the actual game jam page real quick, because there were a lot of participants and a lot of projects that got submitted. Yeah, so 184 people competed in the competition and 36 entries were submitted. It was crazy. It was awesome. What a great event. But Mossflower also took the time to actually play some of these submissions. So bear with me a moment, because I do want to show you guys him and his friend's reaction to our submission to the game jam. So without further ado, let's watch it.
Night, thanks for staying up for a little bit. Sorry. Updated my page for when you get to it. Okay, sounds good. 65. And again, for real, anybody that needs to go. Or
I love how expressive his model is. You'll see it as he talks, but you can really tell what he's feeling just by looking at his face. Also, his friends sound like a lot of fun. I love the banter that they have throughout this entire stream.
Early, just yell. You just yell at me. It's not a big deal. You look in the sky and see a shooting star. With the increasing prices of ingredients fresh on your mind, you wish you didn't have to pay for them and just enjoyed the barista life. All of a sudden, the star changes direction and lands at your feet. Sitting there is a gun with a sticky note on it, reading, "For use in the pantry." Taking gun back into the shop, you notice a light under the pantry door. Curious, you walk inside with the strange gun and see a whole other world on the other side. While exploring, you hear rustling from a bush. Out of it emerges a strange creature. It looks like a coffee bean. It's bouncing right at you. Before you can figure out what you're looking at, it attacks you. You dodge as it jumps at you, and before it can get back on its feet, you unload into it with your little weapon, with your little understood weapon. After it clicks empty, the next time you blink, you're back at the pantry, a single bag of coffee beans on the shelf. After catching your breath as the adrenaline leaves your system, you realize you have your own supplier. Game length endless. Stage shift controls, left mouse button, user interface, escape, pause menu, night shift, WSAD.
I don't know if I mentioned it during the final day of the game jam, but yeah, part of this requirements were that we list the controls, and I realized while watching this that I never talked about that during the night shift, left mouse button was shoot. It's not that important, but I thought it was funny. Anyway.
E to interact and escape. Escape. Let's go. Fuck yeah. Extract.
I am the supply. Also comment, you were real for that comment. I heard it, girl. I heard it.
Sometimes
the one where
Moss
Moss
just
says
says
stuff.
things, and I just have to sit there and be like, "Yep, that's what my boyfriend's saying, huh?"
I mean, you got redeems for that shit too.
We do have redeems for that.
Oh, before we get into Mossflower's reaction, I did get our designer, Joe Dog, to play the game. And while he and Mossflower were playing the game, I did take notes on bug fixes that we're going to be targeting for today and all future dev streams. Mossflower, I don't think he reacted to this main menu too much, but Joe Dog said, like, bro, this looks like a depressing atmosphere. Like, there's just a brick wall and a floating gun and just a stick figure. I know that we crunched to get that main menu completed, but yeah, I would like to eventually revamp this after we get the more important gameplay stuff out of the way. Anyway, let's get back to Mossfire Resurrection here.
It's time for a cafe to arms. I love this like Moonlighter-esque chocolate ice coffee. Ice. Chocolate.
Yes.
I think that coffee? No, that's vanilla.
That's vanilla.
Dream?
Yeah, so I realized during the last day, I think I mentioned it during the last day of Game Jam, and if I didn't, I wish I did. Making the ingredients based on the actual like source ingredients, like the images, like the coffee bean is based on real coffee beans, the cocoa beans are based on real cocoa beans. That is confusing. I even had to Google that myself to draw those in the first place. The original reason we did it that way was so that way we could add mini games to grind the ingredients down. You can't see my hands. To grind the ingredients down to allow those to be converted into actual coffee. Like the coffee beans would turn into a coffee bag kind of thing. Unfortunately, we had no time for that. And I also, after the game jam, I realized that I didn't even know how to start that. So that's kind of funny. And you can tell from his confusion here, like, oh, is this coffee? Is this chocolate? You know, what is it? I did think of a way to fix this. We'll try that today. But yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that I am aware of this issue, and I'm so disappointed that I never came up with a better solution before submitting this.
Well, you're getting served chocolate vanilla.
It's like, well, that's what you get.
Yep, even scary dreams.
You still tipped a bro.
Nice. I'm not sure what number 4 is.
Yes, I'm a
I think
Or not
it's
number
chocolate.
Is that chocolate? Okay, cool.
Or it's
Chocolate, vanilla.
sniper.
Oh, that's I think that's
Chocolate.
decaf, maybe. Yeah, chocolate ice coffee.
So right here, he says, is that decaf? And as soon as he said that the first time I watched this, I was so pissed. Why didn't I think of decaf coffee as a recipe? What a missed opportunity. My parents drink decaf all the time, and I never thought about decaf coffee. I'm so disappointed. Anyway.
Oh, I did it opposite. Okay. Ammo upgrade
That
cost.
still
We don't have
counts.
any money.
Oh, he doesn't realize it here because we did a bad job implementing a UI. But he got 3 drinks wrong in a row. He just thinks this is the end of the shift. I also want to fix that. There's a lot I want to fix. I will continue to commentate on this because I have a whole Trello list on things we're going to need to fix over the course of our dev streams here. But yeah, it's really unfortunate that he's just like, oh yeah, like it just ends. No, it wasn't supposed to end. The shift still had some time, but that's okay. I talked about it with our designer, Joe Dog, and so he gave some feedback on how we can probably improve this. So we'll get to that later.
Let's proceed to the night shift. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Didn't serve him his drink.
Ooh.
Look at the guys. Look at the wiggler. Oh, that's
The sound effect.
So you won't really see it throughout his playthrough, because he got lucky, is what I want to say. Only the Vanilla Beans AI is actually working throughout his gameplay. When Joe Dog was testing the game for himself, he found out that at some point during the final day of the game jam, we had accidentally broken all of the Coffee Bean AI. When they see you, they stop. They don't do anything anymore. They don't do anything. Luckily, the Vanilla Beans still work, so clearly it's just something we did specifically in the Coffee Bean and the Espresso Bean AI, but we'll look into that a little more later.
Dang.
Here, I'll turn it down just a little bit. Oh, fun. Shit, we got it. Let's go. The ragdoll is so good. Oh, that's a vanilla bean.
That's the other issue. The vanilla beans animate when they're dead. I did look at the blueprint, and I noticed that like it does say simulate physics. So the vanilla bean is dead. It is technically simulating physics, but for some reason it's not dropping its ingredient or stopping its animations. So we'll look into that at some point in our future dev streams.
Oh, I have two more shots. Got it. Let's go.
Nice.
Starts
I really like the sound effects on this one.
it's fun.
Oh, what's that on the
What
tree?
the fuck are you? Oh my god, stop moving. Oh, this tree looks different too. You're getting shot.
Is it a cow?
That's a cow.
Yeah.
That's just a cow. That-
Just a cow.
Illustrators, welcome in. We're playing Game Jam games. All the games that people made. Art Myth, I see you. If you need your game played earlier so you can go to bed, let me know. There we got coffee bean, vanilla bean, chocolate bean, espresso bean, milk bean. Okay. Return to cafe. We haven't gotten any tips yet. Illis, welcome in. Thanks for the Mayo raid. Okay.
You got tips before.
Oh, we have? Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see.
You got like $5.
I think I mentioned it during the second to last day of the game jam, but I made it to where the tip jar resets to 0 every day, so that way you can see your progress. That ended up confusing Mossflower here and also Joe Dog. They're like, why is my money gone? Do I only keep the money for the day shift? Yeah, that's confusing. I don't know what I was thinking when I implemented that. We'll work on that in future game jams. Not game jams. Oh god, not another game jam this soon. Future dev streams. We'll work on that throughout future dev streams.
Coffee, chocolate, ice, serve drink. Okay, $2. Okay, I'll take it. Nominal 8%. Okay,
What if you
good, sweet.
just give someone only ice?
They love it. 40 bucks. Okay, they love it.
Yeah, this bug is weird. I don't know what's causing it.
Yep. Great. Welcome to my coffee shop, motherfuckers.
Oh my god, is this a heat wave in New York?
Chocolate, vanilla, coffee. See, if I do it right, it doesn't give me a lot of money. If I give them just ice, they love it. And I have unlimited ice, so it doesn't cost me any money.
Yeah, that exploit is hilarious. I asked Joe to test this, and he was able to do the same thing. If you just give him a cup of ice, they love it. I don't know why. I really don't. I didn't want to look into it, but that's gonna have to be addressed at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It's just so interesting that someone joked about it, and it turned out to make that kind of an issue. But oh well.
Chocolate. Okay. Chocolate beans. I think.
Oh, my
Okay.
stomach hurts from laughing.
Oh my god.
Oh, and you probably noticed here the available cache is not carrying over properly. Not sure why. We'll look into that later.
I think that's my only critique. Like, it would be like if I could get a label for the ingredients, that'd be awesome. But we're going to the night shift. We got 5 bullets, and there's some cows with the bullets' names on them. How do I work there? You can just get up in here. Hey, Sash, welcome in. There's the cows. Fucking, I'm gonna get. Oh fuck. Okay, we got 3 health. Sash, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Mossflower. I'm a game dev cat. I'm a game designer, and we just completed 9 days where our community made a bunch of games. We did a game jam. We had 180 participants. We had 35 games. We got the last 10 left. We're playing every single game.
I want to mention something really funny because somehow Mossflower never encountered this bug, but Joe Dog did. You can see he paused the game. That's cool. It's working as intended. If you pause the game in the day shift, it also works as intended. You know what doesn't work as intended? The resume game button. If you pause during the day shift, you soft lock. it's so embarrassing. Um, I think if we ever fix that bug today or next dev stream, I will push out an update to the itch.io page so that way, if you do enjoy the game jam version, you can play that without having that issue. Anyway,
this stream. So welcome in. You're gonna catch a bunch of them. There's been a ton of bangers so far. So we might go back and try to get some high scores in some of them. But general, welcome in Morayin, welcome in Zia Hunter and Sash. How was Dark Tide? Holy shit. But yeah, we got Unreal Engine. We got tons of engines that we used for this. We did some Godot, some Unity, some Bitsy, a lot of cool stuff. So hey, Daffabun, thanks for the follow. So welcome in. I'm joined by some lovely collaborators that are also all game jammers for this year as well. So yeah, we're talking about games. We're currently playing a coffee-based game, and so yeah, heck yeah, welcome in. We have the 2-cycle hunt for your the ragdoll's really good. Hunt for what you need.
so the ragdoll on the cow seems to be it just straight up is the funniest thing in the game. It really is. I did not show Joe Dog this stream. I need to do that at some point. But I was watching the stream while Joe Dog was doing his testing, and I told him, "Hey, can you shoot a cow for me real quick?" And he couldn't stop laughing. Neither could I. I did not mean for the ragdoll on the cows to be so ridiculously funny. But I think that's true of all ragdolls in video games. It's not meant to be that funny, but because of how physics are, they just turn out to be very funny. Anyway, just wanted to give some small commentary on that.
Need to run your coffee shop at night. It's like twerking and shit. That's awesome. The way the vanilla beans move freaks me the fuck out. That's great. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, we got two more bullets. We did figure out that ice only drinks are extremely popular, so
something I realized while watching the stream and Joe Dog was doing some testing is, yes, you only have 5 bullets to start, and yes, you can upgrade that capacity, right? But the cocoa beans that grow on the trees. Let's make an assumption. Let's say we update the game. It's open world at night shift, and you're like, I just want to get cocoa beans. There's nothing stopping you from getting unlimited cocoa beans. Now, in the Game Jam version, there's only 4 trees of cocoa beans with 3 each. So there's a limit, but that's a world limit. That's not necessarily a limit on your character, and that's something I do want to address during the development of the 1.0 version of Cafe des Armes. I do want the player to feel like the night shift has a limitation, rather than the only limitation is how many times I can shoot. Again, we'll cross that bridge as we get closer to the 1.0, because there's definitely going to be some design changes to support the full vision of what Cafe des Armes was supposed to be and what it can become now that I've developed the foundation.
They really like ice.
got it. Yeah, let's go.
Ice.
It's like $2 versus 40.
Yeah, the $40 for the only ice drink is awesome. I'll be honest, it's not the way I expected this game to go. I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. Can I interact with? Oh yeah, I can. Okay, so we can harvest these as well. That's awesome. I mean, there is a heat wave. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, return to we got 2 coffee beans, 2 chocolate beans, and 1.
So something I want to improve on is when you're out of ammo. Originally, during the first maybe 3 days of the game jam, I made it to where when you fire your last bullet, the game just stops, which obviously sucked because you can't pick up the ingredient of the last creature you shot, right? Sorry, an article just popped up on my phone for some reason. Let me close that. Anyway, yeah, firing your last bullet in the game ending sucked. So I made it to where if you shoot and you have no bullets, then the game stops. Issue with that is there's nothing telling the player that if they pull the trigger one more time, that the night shift ends. I know that in like other first-person shooters, they have like out of ammo written across. You can't see my hands written across the center of your screen. I would like to do that and say out of ammo, pull the trigger to return to the cafe or something like that. But anyway, small thing. We'll work on it as we go.
1 milk bean. Let's return to the cafe. Who wants a milk bean drink? Come on in here. Milk. Love it. $3.
I mean, they're still tipping.
They're still listen.
Nice.
So obviously I'm doing something right. Vanilla coffee. Vanilla.
Like
I know.
They
Okay.
tip so much if you just give them a
Okay. That was correct. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think
That was
I do
a
think
big
this is
tip.
coffee.
Oh.
Ice vanilla coffee. Okay, they like that. Even a little bit
Alright.
more than all ice drinks. But yeah, Sash, if you got to go get some rest, feel like please do. Thank you so much for bringing your community by. Ice milk coffee, done, easy. I do want to upgrade our gun, so I'm trying to get $200. But yeah, I hope Dark Tide was fun. Milk, espresso, coffee. What are these drinks?
Really?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's been a great stream so far. We've been celebrating everybody's games. People have made some really cool shit. A ton of people made games for the first time ever. And so, like, that's such an honor to be able to play someone's first game. That's so cool. I'm out of milk. You get an all ice drink.
No.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
it's a skill issue.
Sorry, it's a skill issue.
How
much do I have?
Section. Okay,
And I don't think my money carries over. Hey, Galaxy Brain, welcome in. Okay, we got to get milk. That's what's clear to me. That's what we're running out of. I like this loop is fun. You know, I think I like with a little bit of polish. These shop loops can really grab people. And like I know there's a new Moonlighter coming out. I've been meaning to play the first one because that's also like a similar.
So Mossflower says pretty much everything here. I'm the game developer. So when I was like finished with the game jam, I was like, is this game even fun? Like, is this even anything anyone would like? But the general feedback I've gotten from Mossflower and from Joe Dog's testing is that the game is fun. It just needs polish. Like, there's some half-baked ideas in there that need to be fleshed out. There's some clarity with the user interface that needs to be improved. But generally speaking, the game is fun. I'm going to take off my glasses. My eyes are not loving it right now. Anyway, the game is fun. It just needs more work. And that feedback is why I want to do these dev streams on Sundays now. I want to finish this game, make it a 1.0, realize the vision that was originally intended, and then use that as a springboard for, what future development projects might look like. Because I do think starting with the game jam helps make the foundation of the game, and then getting it fleshed out to 1.0 is probably going to be the way to go. Does that mean that I'm going to do like a game jam and then like a year of development every single time? Probably not. Not every game jam idea is a good idea, but we'll see. I do want to play by ear because I did have a lot of fun with the game jam, and I kind of want to do another one a couple months from now. Definitely not this month. Anyway.
Or like also kind of like Stardew of like go hunt for your stuff and then go sell it sort of thing. But not.
Sorry, I just realized another thing I didn't talk about. You might have noticed that like when the camera moves, his whole body moves. It's hard to see it, especially since you have no reason to stare directly at the sky or directly at the ground. But yeah, your whole character rotates with the camera. I do know how to fix this. I just didn't have time to do it for the game jam. I don't think we'll address that today. It might be like a polishing thing like later down the line, but yeah, that'll be something to work on.
Not a lot of those have done it with FPSs, which I think could be the secret sauce here. How many are there? Only 2 cows? Oh fuck! Shit. Oh my lord. God.
So the vanilla bean is the deadliest enemy in the game for sure. But what's really difficult is that you can't hear when it's about to attack, and it's hard to see its actual projectile hit you. So that's something else I want to work on too. But again, we'll cross that bridge as we get there. That's going to be a later thing.
Out of ammo. Night shift has ended. The ragdolls are really good, right? Okay, but we got 8 milk beans, espresso, milk, coffee. Done. Didn't like it. Okay.
Oh.
But yeah, okay. I should probably. They did say that it will just loop endlessly. So I should. This will be the last day shift. Honestly, 10 out of 10. No notes. I mean, every game we've been playing is 10 out of 10 just on principle.
I
But
didn't
like,
looked up either.
that's so good.
He almost encountered the resume button doesn't work bug. I just realized that. That's hilarious.
Good. Oh, and they got some loading game functionality. That's actually kind of hard depending on the engine you're in.
So, I think I mentioned it during the final day of the game jam when I was implementing this load button. I made it black, which was supposed to be the default state if you didn't have a save state. It's supposed to turn white when you have a save state, and for some reason that just straight up didn't work. Like, it should be a different color right now. I think I just didn't program the colors properly, but it's not a big deal either way. He seems to pick up on the fact that you can load your save just by looking at this. And you know what? That's all we needed for the game jam, so I'm glad it worked out for him.
Good. Like, I'm not looking
That's
forward to
like
coding
that,
that for my
yeah.
own game. All right, great, sweet. Cafe de Arms. Also, if you're in chat and you're like, oh, some of these look kind of cool, I want to go check them out. The link is at the top of chat. You can play all the games that were made for the game jam, just at this link.
Oh, would you look at that? There it is, right there. itch.io/Cafe de Arms. Or I guess kaijucon.itch.io. But still, Cafe de Arms. It's free. Feel free to try it. Either during the stream or after the stream. Either way. If you guys want to give me feedback on bug reports or stuff like that, I'll try to create a channel. Ugh, sorry. I'll try and create an avenue for that. Not that the itch.io page is going to get a ton of updates, because I do want to save the full 1.0 build for a full release on Steam or something like that. But if you guys want to use that, let's call it a demo for feedback on how we can improve this game, feel free to. All right, so today's goal is not night shift related, unfortunately. That's a lot to do, honestly. Levels, day shift. Today's objective is to clean up the user interface for the day shift coffee menu. Because I thought of a way to do it. It's going to take a lot of work, but it'll ultimately be worth it if we do it correctly. So, it's going to be so much work. I'm so not looking forward to this at all. Excuse me. Okay, so first off, if we hide the text, will it? Yeah, I didn't think so. Horizontal box. Am I blind? Where'd it go? Oh, it copied all the buttons. Okay, that's not what I wanted at all. Okay, so I think I added some artificial buffers to this. No, I did not. Okay, actually, real quick. I actually found a copyright-free music thing. Let's have that run in the background because I need sound. I need sound in my ear. That's a little bit. There we go. Anyway, I think I added some padding on the horizontal box. I did, yes. So before we adjust any of that, we need to add text here. So let's get text. We need 3 of those, so let's do that. We'll say coffee beans, or just coffee. Let's keep it simple. Coffee. And let's be consistent since we're using all caps here and here. Coffee. Vanilla. And chocolate. I honestly, I do want to redesign these buttons to be the actual grounded ingredients as well. Maybe we'll spend the first couple dev streams just making an update to the Game Jam version to make it more playable. You can't see my hands. Playable, quote unquote. And then we'll go from there. So first off, the other issue is that this text is kind of changing the size of these buttons. So I think what we'll do is we'll just duplicate that. Well, we're really pushing things down quite a bit, aren't we? So let's make this one the numbers. Get bean count. Get vanilla count. And get chocolate count. There we go. Then we can just get rid of this text. Set the horizontal box to have less padding. Set it to 0, see what that does. Oh. Oh. That's troubling. What is causing it to be... Oh, is it this right here? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we need to maybe have a padding of maybe 50 from the top. Yeah, 50 seems good. Okay, so now we just need to make the text spread out, essentially. Horizontal box. There we go. Is there a way to make them not hug each other? But maybe I'm just not privy to, per se. So justification should always be center. I guess we can force it. Yeah, we can just force it. So let's first force this one to align with our chocolate bean over here. Actually, maybe we should start with this. Okay, cool. It doesn't affect the others. That's what I was afraid of. So 60. Maybe 190. So 60 to 190 is 130. So add 130 to 190 should be 320. Hey, I know math. Okay, now let's do the same thing for this box here. So we'll do the top padding as 50. 0. Okay, I like that. I actually prefer that. Oh shoot, we'll do formatting later. Let's get the horizontal box to stretch out. Let's change the text size a little bit. After we do our alignment, maybe. No, we should do it before. Let's change the font size to be... Well, first we want the outline size to be 5. Here we go. Let's change it to... I don't know... 15? That's a little small. 18. I think 18 works. Change that to 18. Change this to 18. Let's get these centered up. Let's do 145. Looks good. Let's do 30 for this one. Okay, so if I compile save. Okay, something's going on with the text here. Oh, I see. Hold on. Justification center. How do we make this work better? If we do that, will that make it better? Not quite. Something is still going on. Am I blind? Where is the... Oh, it's because I have the binding. It won't let me change the preview text. Or is it because this menu is too small? It's because the menu is too small. Okay, that's fine. How do I want to adjust this? We could scooch it a little more. Yeah, let's make the first digit more centered. See if that fixes it. 200. 330 should be good, I think. What if this is left, this is right, that's center? Not quite. Like, this text is centering just fine, just the numbers aren't. Probably because they're dynamic. Let's change the font real quick, just because we can. Well, at least it's working. And it is more clear what's going on here, and that was the goal. So we'll call it a momentary success, and then we'll continue from here. So let's duplicate this. And here. Not liking that I can't see it. Oh, it's because this coffee interface, right? So if we go to our bean count, there we go. Then just shore up that horizontal box distance. Let's try 50. That's the ice one. Oh shoot, what? Oh, bottom is too much. Okay, 0. And then we'll just adjust the top here. So maybe 50. What size are these buttons? 3 by 3. Okay. Oh, that is the same size. Why is it so big? Maybe if I do this 1 by 1, 2 by 2. 2 by 2 seems to work. Let's get the padding on this one short up a little bit, maybe 50. There we go. Look at that. We got more space now. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Making some kind of progress. So we only need 2 of these. So let's get rid of this middle one. This one will bind to the espresso count. This one will bind to the milk count. What does that look like? Yeah, it's getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with it. Let's set that one there. This one a little more this way. There we go. It's coming together. Oh, I can't click on the ice now. Okay, that's not good. I must have the text as hit testable or something. There it is. Oh, you know what? This is also probably contributing here. We don't need that. Let's rename this to espresso and milk. Move that there, move that about here. What does that look like? It's all coming together. It's looking pretty decent. Yeah, we do need to fix this overlapping, but I think we could just shrink this down a little bit. I also want to add a couple things here. Let's go. See what we can do here. So first off, I do want to add a background to this horizontal box, which doesn't seem like... excuse me. Doesn't seem like there's a default option for that. Let me look at that again. Yeah, you know what? I'll come back to that. Right now, functionality of the menu and clarity of the ingredients is key. So I'm staring at it. We can probably just move the ice up. We lose the pyramid structure, but we do get more clarity. And that is the goal. So, ice button, ice button, ice button. It has text. Okay. I don't know what that was about. Take this ice button. There we go. And now, just to make this work, -140. Close enough. Milk. Ice. And then we just got to move this text along with it. That should work. A little more. Duplicate that, slide that over here. We'll just call it ice. Vanilla milk coffee. Yeah, we'll figure out this text stuff later. The fact that it's functioning as intended is already kind of like, hell yeah. What if I do 190 on this one, actually? What if I do 200? Kind of works. Okay, we'll come back to that. What does my Trello list say? Add horizontal buttons for text and ingredient names. Check and check. That's all we need to do for that. We'll flesh this out more another time. But for now, that's a success. So let's work on, I have a bunch of different tabs here. I gotta open it correctly here. That's not necessary. Oh, the pause menu. We do need to work on the pause menu. You know what? Let's just take my list of day shift gameplay fixes and we'll focus on that for the next couple of dev streams. So, pause menu. Let's do that first. Just because that should be an easy fix. Day shift, pause menu. Excuse me. I should name these buttons so I know what I'm looking at. Oops. What's going on here? That was weird. Exit. Okay, cool. Set game paused to untrue, remove from parent. So that should be working as intended. Let's go to our project settings. Pause. Let's just add another input for ourselves here. So that's not working. Is it because the text is hit testable? Nope. Oh, you know what? Is it even using the right menu? This will be in the player blueprints, right? Wrong one. Wrong one. Day shift character. Ah, wrong pause menu. Yep, now it works. Except for some reason the pause menu is not dismissing right away. Why is that? It looks like it should be working. Let's pull up the night shift pause menu, see if maybe we're missing something. Night shift pause menu. Nope. That should be working. I don't know. That's weird. Well, at least that's fixed. For now. Let me check that off here. Fix pause menu. Check. Fix tips at the end of shift. Okay, that's the next challenge. Day shift clock out. Here we go. So what is this value pulling from? Oh, right, it's gonna be a binding. Get money. Excuse me. Oh, that's such a dumb mistake. Wow, I can't believe I did this to myself. So, to explain what I'm looking at here, when the day shift ends, it's asking the save game how much money is there. Now, in an ideal scenario, you know, save game, this event here, it should be saving all of that. It should be. It's not. I don't know why it's not, but it's not. So we need to somehow get this implemented, which there is an easy way to do this. It's just gonna look ugly. But what else is new here, right? Let's break this and do this first. This is gonna be so annoying. Okay, so oops. Cast to day shift character. Get player character. Get tips. That should fix it. Let's find out. We'll just play through a quick day shift. Espresso chocolate coffee. Espresso chocolate coffee. Espresso milk coffee. My muscle memory for this game is all over the place now since I moved these buttons. I'm so used to the milk being right here. Why is only the ice reacting? Milk coffee. Let's end our shift. Oh, I have a save. Let me close my save. Ignore that. Saves should be saved. Unreal projects. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Config? No, saved. Save games. Slot 1. Alright, my save is deleted. Now we can properly test this. chocolate vanilla coffee. All right, we have $49. Well, now I'm just confused. Hold on. Let's get rid of this function. Function? Let's just get rid of this. Was it only because this was plugged in like this? Is that why? Oh, just in case. It might have saved. I had $98. So if it's higher than 98, we know this is working. Vanilla iced coffee. Vanilla iced coffee. Okay, that's $33 on our tips right there. What is happening? Okay. I'm going to keep that saved folder open now. I should have done that before, to be honest. Milk vanilla coffee. Milk vanilla coffee. $50. All right. I mean, it's working. Seems to be. We'll consider it a victory until proven otherwise. Pause menu after 60 seconds. I don't know what that is. Oh, we need to fix the glitch where giving customers a cup of ice gives you money. Hold on, let's test this real quick. Okay, I don't know why I only got $1 from that. Iced vanilla, iced chocolate coffee. I know what the issue is. Okay. So if the customer asks for ice in one of their ingredients, for some reason they call it a success. So we need to figure out how we can fix that real quick. Let's slide this away. Where do they ask for their ingredients? Here we go. Does the order recipe contain this ingredient? Yes. Move forward. Does it contain ingredient number 2? Yes. Move forward. Does it contain ingredient 3? Yes. Move forward. Maximum tip. So what is the minimum tip range? It's pretty small. So why does only one piece of ice guarantee maximum tip? That doesn't make sense. Make array. Coffee something something. Get this. Pour order. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? It's got something to do with the interface, I think. Right? Because the day shift character doesn't handle distribution. Yeah. So we can close that. We can close that. We need to go back to our coffee interface. Unclick served order. Wait, this makes me want to test something else. So a cup of ice for a customer who asks for 1 ice makes them happy. Espresso, espresso, espresso. So for some reason, Mill bean selection. Recipe ID count. Hmm. Ingredient 1, ingredient 2, ingredient 3, plugged in. Goes to give order. It just goes there. It just goes there. It just goes there. Array. I doubt that's going to be the solution, but let's check it. I'll even have your drink ready for you, sir. Of course, that didn't fix it. Why is only one ingredient being correct 3 times work? That's what I'm not understanding here. So I see why it's working. Like, is ingredient 1 in the array? Yes, cool. Is ingredient 2 in the array? Yes, good. Is ingredient 3 in the array? If all 3 are in the array, then that's it. That's all it needs to be done. I don't want to be strict on players having to put it in the right order, though. That's my concern. Length? No. Array. Oh. How do I call that, though? Maybe find item? Nope. Array. Identical? No. Array. Contains item. Clear up and array. Add unique. This is something. I just don't know how we can make that happen. Hmm. Can I break the array? What's the difference between this and this? Oh, shoot, that's the whole thing, isn't it? I want to test this before I do anything crazy. There's a way we can test this. Hold on. Or we could just look this up on Unreal's documentation. Hold on. So this is remove item from array versus remove index from array, or item at given index. Oh wait, item at given index. Okay, then that's... do this. God, this is looking messy. I need to do the for each loop with break. For each loop with break. We'll just build it down here real quick just to see if we make it correctly. So array element contains false. Would be like this. And then if true, remove item. I feel like this should work. Here's what we'll do. Actually, if even one ingredient's wrong, then this should break off anyway, right? So we'll just do... Whoops. I want to keep that there. Copy. If this is truly the bad ending, just immediately go to here. Or should this break? Oh wait, just... bring this down. And then if everything's good, just copy this. I'll put it below. Slide this over a bit. What? Jeez. Okay, slide this over here. Alright, I don't think this is gonna work the first time, but we can at least try. And I just realized that this is not gonna work already because I need to... shoot. We can revisit this. I hope. Slide this down here. We can revisit it. First, we need to make sure that what I'm even testing here is gonna work. Because this is looking like a mess. I swear I'll clean this up. I just need to test this first. Chocolate milk coffee. Hey! Espresso coffee. Hey! We did it. We did it. We fixed it. Oh my god. That was way more straightforward. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Let's clean this up. There's a way to do this that's gonna make it clean. So first off, let's get ingredient 1 up here. Break and break. Order recipe. How do we want to do this? Let's do 1 here. Break this. Do a second one right there. It's a little bit cleaner. It could be worse. All right, ingredient number 2. just like that. Then for ingredient number 3, it's a little bit less messy. Emphasis on little bit. Can bring these down a little bit as well. Yeah, that looks a little more manageable. Instructions unclear. Coffee output equal T. Hey, welcome back, Awen. I don't know how long you've been watching, but just to recap, we have fixed some bugs that we knew about, like tips not displaying properly at the end of the shift, and the coffee interface. And then we fixed a bug that wasn't known, at least as far as I'm aware, where when you pause the game in the day shift, you can't resume. You soft lock. That's been fixed now. Oops. There. I'm getting to that. Okay, so now what we just fixed is there was a glitch found by the host of the Game Jam event, and also was repeated by our designer Joe Dog, where I'll show you real quick. So let's say this guy comes up and he says iced vanilla coffee. If you gave him a cup of ice, he would be happy. If you gave him a cup of vanilla, he would be happy. If you gave him a cup of coffee, he would be happy, because the original version of this function here was only checking if the ingredient appeared in the array. It wasn't asking if that ingredient fit the array properly. But now that's been fixed, so if you try to give a customer a cup of only one ingredient, you know, espresso vanilla coffee, all right, you're getting a cup of vanilla, boom, they tip you low because that's not what they asked for. So that is now fixed. And the way we fixed it is just when it's checking the ingredient, is it in the array? If it is in the array, take it out of the array and then move forward. If it was never in the array, then it immediately just jumps to, I didn't get my order. So good stuff. Good stuff. So next, we're going to attempt to squash a bug that was a request by Joe Dog. Essentially, let's say you're making coffee, you're panicking, you're like, I'm trying to get as much done as possible, chocolate milk coffee, and you do, I don't know, milk espresso coffee. You can't dump that drink. You now have to serve the customer a wrong drink, even though you have realized this is wrong. So we're going to add a dump drink button. Let's go here. So let's go to our designer. I think what we're going to do is we're going to move this serve drink button up and add a dump drink button right below it. I think that's what we're going to do. So serve drink button is anchored in the center, it looks like. Okay, so let's have... What are the coordinates on this one? There we go. And then we'll just... Looks decent. Let's change this to... Do these both have the functionality? Okay, this one has the functionality, this one does not. Okay, so we need to switch these. Or I can keep the dump drink button up top. Let's do that. We'll call this dump. Oops. Dump drink. Drink button would also be funny. It would be funny. Yeah, Yeah. So just to catch you up on the objective for the next couple streams, I want to release a small patch. I say small. I want to release a patch for the Game Jam version of the game. And then every dev stream after that will be trying to introduce features that were in the original design document but never made it, to make essentially a 1.0 version of the coffee game. Because the host of the Game Jam and Joe Dog himself has confirmed that the game is fun. Even in its, buggy state, it's fun. And so having a 1.0 version with all the features that we wanted to implement would be really cool. So that is going to be the long-term objective. So let's call this dump drink. And let's give it functionality. And that's easy, actually, because the functionality to dump the drink already exists when you serve the drink. Instead of serving the order, though, just do this. So now, in theory, customer comes up, vanilla iced coffee, please. All right, chocolate vanilla coffee. Oh, you wanted ice. My bad. Dump it. And then just do vanilla ice coffee. Look at that. Let's make the dump drink button visible at certain times. How did I do that before? Here we go. There's a binding here. So if we just go to here, let's compare it to the serve drink one. Okay, apparently it's already open somewhere. There it is. Is ingredient 3 set to option 1? That's pretty simple. Let's do the same thing, but instead of ingredient 3, we'll start it at ingredient 1. So that way the player can dump the drink as soon as they realize they've made a mistake. So instead of ingredient 3, we need ingredient ID 1. Let's test this. I just imagine the last customer of the day orders a big drink and the player fills a cup of ice and just chugs the ice while maintaining eye contact. Alright, so let's test. Dump that drink. Dump that drink. Dump that drink. Vanilla espresso coffee. And now I'm realizing I just introduced an interesting design question, because when you dump the drink, you are wasting ingredients. So now there's going to have to be a balancing around how many ingredients you can collect on the night shift, which is something I want to address in the 1.0 version as well. But at the very least, dumping your drink is now an option. Yes, so the next thing we want to do is, this was a request from Joe Dog, because if you watch the VOD from Mossflower's stream, it's pretty obvious that he's not aware that there's a time limit in the day shifts. I believe it's 60 seconds is what we set it as, but you wouldn't know because, you boot up the game and you're like, this is what's going on. So if a player stayed in the day shift and kept successfully serving coffee to their customers, they would never know that they're on a time limit and that they need to serve as much as possible because the shift only lasts so long. So I'm going to do that by introducing a timer next to the end shift button. So, truth be told, I don't really know how to do that in Unreal, so we're going to learn together. So let's get a border. We'll throw it right under the end shift there. Center that. Let's set it to be, 200 by 100. Set position 0. Nope, negative 50. Negative 100. Here we go. Cool. Now let's get some text. Outline settings to 5. Let's make it center. and center. We'll say time remaining. I can't spell. Remaining. We're gonna need to make this quite a bit longer. Okay. Look at another text. Put it there. It did not get added. Interesting. Oh, right, because this is a border, not a... Okay. We want a horizontal box. I see. Let's make it 400 by 100. Get some text. Ooh, did it come with the outline? No, it didn't. We'll call this one time remaining. And let's see if we can create that binding based on a timer. So, the real question is, where did I even set that up in the first place? Next customer, end of shift, unsatisfied, report order. Okay, so that's not there. Is it in the level blueprints? Set timer by function, hours until end of day. Cast to day shift. Nope. Get level. Ooh, I might have introduced some difficulties here. Timer? Okay. There's a way we can do this. I just have to think. If I were to do a set timer by function name, maybe? Let's change this to time remaining. Promote to variable. That variable being... Oh wait, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I don't know why I did that. 60 seconds. Promote to variable. Timer handle. Can I... Variables. Default. Aha. Let's see if that works. Unfortunately not. But why though? Oh, because this is... Okay, I know why. Essentially we need to move this function. So let's take that. Go to our event graph. Where's our about event construct. So basically when this interface spawns, do this and do that. Then go to time remaining, just do that. It's still not working. Okay. I've exhausted my brain's capacity on this, so let's just how to display remaining time in Unreal Engine. Use a bind using a timer variable. I believe I'm using that. How do you display remaining times using blueprints? Here we go. Elapsed time of a timer. Okay, so there's a timer, initial time. Check elapsed time. Okay, so there's a totally different way of doing this apparently that doesn't require this. So if I do get timer remaining time by function name. Oops, wrong tab. Promote that to a variable. Time remaining. Nope. How about timer? Plug that in there. Plug that up there. Plug this across. Supposedly this should make it work. -1. Okay, well that's not great. Set timer by function name. 60 seconds. Maybe just get rid of this timer handle. Still not working. What if I set this to be 120? Just a little longer. Nope. I'm so confused. I'm not entirely sure why it's doing -1 unless it's not running this function correctly. Let's do this. Let's break this. Let's pretend that hitting the coffee button is going to be the trigger for this. Will that fix it? No. Okay. Look at that post one more time. Let's see. I'm not understanding how this guy says it's working, looking at just that. This might be something we need to revisit a little bit later, because a lot of the tutorials looking at timers are like 18 to 20 minutes, and I don't want to spend that much time not working. We'll add it to our list of things to research for sure. I guess we can start working on some night shift stuff. So let's look at night shifts. So one of the things that was reported on the day shift side of things was that the night shift ingredients weren't carrying over correctly. So let's go 455544. Proceed to the night shift. Let's see what ingredients aren't carrying over. Can I check the user's clock? I mean, I could. The issue is that that would require some kind of permissions, I think. And I don't know if I want to quite dig into that. Okay, so 1 coffee bean, 1 espresso bean. Let's see if we can't get some cocoa beans. And then is there a cow somewhere? Here we go. Jesus. Okay, coffee, espresso, and milk. Coffee. Oh, coffee, chocolate, espresso, milk. So that got updated to 5. That got updated to 6665. Okay, so we should have 54665. 54665. Okay, they seem to be carrying over. Okay, let's just focus on some of the night shift stuff then. Night shifts. One of the other issues that was discovered was that the coffee and espresso beans don't react once they see you. So let's double check that that glitch is still evident. Yep. Alright, but the vanilla bean should still be working. So let's see if we can't get this slithering dude to look at me real quick. Hi. Ow. Okay, so that's at least confirmed. So let's look at the enemy blueprints here. That's why this isn't plugged in. I'm gonna feel so dumb if that's gonna be the solution. Hello, a little espresso bean. Do you see me? Nope, he's broke now. Okay, so it's not in the enemy parent, that's the issue. On pawn sensing, is the pawn player controlled? If yes, cast to the enemy controller and switch states. Attack. Can they attack? I think the issue is that can attack is set to true, or sorry, set to false by default, and that's not what's supposed to happen. It should be true by default, and then when they die, it should change to false. So where is... Here we go. Prevent any damage. Set can attack to false. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. What were they doing when it wasn't carrying over? I'm not sure. I need to sit with them and maybe do some more playtesting, because I wasn't able to replicate it just now, but I remember seeing it happen and being like, oh yeah, it's not carrying over. I mean, it's also possible that he was... It's also possible that maybe he was trying to use his memory to say when it wasn't getting carried over. I don't know. I would have to look, but again, I'll touch base with them, see if we can't replay that stuff. There's also a couple people in my friend group that haven't played the game yet, so maybe I can ask them to play test as well. Okay. So on success, they apply damage, wait 1 second, and then repeat the attack. On fail, they can't attack. Okay, let's just take that out, because that's handled by the death. Oh shoot, that's not what I meant to do. That's unfortunate. Hello, Coffee Bean. Oh shoot. I got pinned. Damn. Okay, we fixed the coffee beans. Oh, I should check if that affected the espresso beans as well. We didn't change anything in coffee, right? Yeah, so ideally the espresso bean should have a similar reaction. Assuming I can find an espresso bean. Oh, that's another thing I need to fix. The camera has no collisions. But we can fix that later. Okay, espresso bean seems to be working. Ow, ow, please! Okay, the espresso bean's working. So yeah, we fixed it. There we go. Check that off. Vanilla beans not dropping vanilla beans. It could be something as simple as they were holding click, or something obscure as killing a specific number of beans causes the shop to implode. It's possible. Again, we'll need to playtest it. We need to do a lot of playtesting in general, because all those bug fixes that we did on the final day did fix a lot of those bugs, but it also introduced new bugs that were only found when the host of the game jam and Joe Dog did playtesting. So yeah. The itch page is up, so if you want to boot that up and do some playtesting, you're more than welcome to. I'll take the feedback. We need it. What was I checking? Vanilla beans, right. Get off me. Yep, that is not dropping anything. And also it's animating even though it's dead. If I stop it. Whoa! Okay, maybe I won't stop it. You can kind of see it. The tail is kind of wagging a little bit. So on death, let's go to the vanilla bean. Did we override the death function? No. So that's good. We didn't do anything silly like that. So enemy parent. Set movement mode to none. Simulate physics. Set collisions enabled. Spawn actor item parent. So unless I maybe assigned the wrong value, item drop number 1. Okay, so let's go look at that item drop, wherever that is. Item parent. Yep, that's vanilla bean. If it's vanilla bean, set sprite to vanilla bean's icon. Nothing looks out of place here. Event attack. Item drop number 1. Let's do another test. If I shoot a vanilla bean, is that ingredient actually spawning underground? It's hard to say. Oh, it's also still attacking, so it's actually not dying. Okay, so first of all, branch, get can attack, so that'll at least address that issue. Health, damage, item drop number. What is the enemy parent spawning that? Get actor transform. Maybe if we do split and split. Get world location plus 20. I don't think this is gonna work, but let's just see what it does. Oh, Unreal, please don't crash. Okay. That was close. Okay, that just straight up didn't work either. Wonder why. Break these links. Vanilla bean, what is your parent? Enemy parents, okay. Is it possible that maybe your... Nope, that's all correct. Oh, excuse me. I do need to fix the hitbox, that's another thing. Let's do that real quick, actually. We'll just do that. So why wouldn't it be spawning it? Let's do this. Let's level. Let's spawn the vanilla bean enemy. And then is this level using the night shift game mode? Perfect. Okay. Whoa. Oh, but you spawned vanilla. Why did you spawn it but not? Let's get rid of that. What are you using? Can attack. All that fun jazz. Apply damage. Oh wait, test child is still using the same parent, right? Enemy parent, yeah. So what is your value? What if it's because this is not set? Nope. That's not it either. Alright, let's brute force it then. What we'll do is find the enemy parent. Let's see. We'll override. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It should be on this list. Event any damage. There it is. We'll override that. And just... Oops, we don't need that. Just this. Slide that over. Go over here. And brute force it to say 1. Nope, that's not it either. Item parents. Event begin play. Do that. Actor overlap. Is it the player character? Do that. Unless you try to adjust location, but always spawn. That's what it does. That's not it either. What is your deal? Always spawn, ignore collisions. Okay, let's try this. In the item parent, just to make sure it's not the vanilla bean just collecting this stuff. Print string. Okay, the vanilla bean is not collecting the loot. That's good. It shouldn't be. Do you set the item to spawn? Yes. So, here, I'll use this example. So, there's the vanilla bean, and this one is called test child. Hold on, real quick. Shoot the vanilla bean, nothing happens. Shoot the test child. It drops the vanilla bean. So if we go to the enemy parent, the test child and the vanilla bean are both using enemy parent as a blueprint for what they should be doing, right? Enemy parent, enemy parent. In the enemy parent, you take a damage. Is your health now equal to 0? If so, disable your movement, which we see is working. Set mesh to simulate physics, aka ragdoll, which is working. Disable collisions with the capsule component, which is working. Set can attack to false, which is working. Do I really have this in here twice? That's embarrassing. Hold on. Cast to... Oh! Nope. Never mind. That's not it. That shouldn't affect anything, actually. Unless... I think I figured it out. Essentially, it said cast a melee enemy controller, but the vanilla bean's not using the melee enemy controller. It's using the vanilla bean controller. So if we open that up... Yep. So we need to do some things in here. No, we don't. First of all, we can get rid of all this. Second... Okay, so the issue was that cast to melee controller, that cast was always failing, and if a cast fails, it doesn't progress. So, there it is. That was the issue. Ah, that's silly. That is tremendously silly. Okay, well, at least that's figured out, you know. So, let me mark that down. Vanilla beans are now dropping vanilla beans. Cows are getting stuck on milk drops. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's a... I totally forgot about that. Let me close all of these. So, essentially, what's going on is, if we go back to the night shift level... And let's go ahead and save everything. So, as we know... we made it to where if you interact with a cow peacefully, it will give you milk. So let's find a cow first. Oh shoot. No, don't kill me. Where's the cow? There's the cow. So let's actually get rid of this coffee bean so we don't have to worry about that later. So if you walk up to the cow, and press E, it drops milk, right? Here's the issue. And now the cow can't move. He has been trapped, immobilized by the milk. So there's two solutions to this. Let's try solution 1 first, which is getting rid of collisions on... or physics collisions on the item parent. So physics bodies, disable. Hopefully this doesn't mean that the item's gonna fall through the world, but let's see. Oh, okay, well, Okay, cool. So that's working. Why did I take damage? Okay, the coffee bean is attacking in its death. Let's fix that real quick. That should be easy. So we need to go to... how am I gonna do this? We need to get to the enemy controller first. Coffee enemy. Event any damage. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Can I not get the event any damage? Any damage. Nope. There's a way to call back a parent function. I just need to remember. Class settings, enemy parent. Nope. Nope. Patch notes include something like restock the vanilla beans. Dude, honestly, that's pretty funny. I want to do that now. Oh, you know what? I don't even have the design doc open. Let me do that real quick. we'll add a new section, and we'll call it patch notes. Let's date it. Today is the 13th. And we'll make it a list, if I remember how to do that. There it is. Okay, let's add that as number 1. Restocked vanilla beans for enemies. And then we'll finish updating those notes later. The coffee enemy is attacking us on death. Yes, okay. We need some way for the coffee bean to tell the controller that it's dead. There's actually a really easy way to do this, I think. Nope. Ah, shoot. I got an idea. Let's get the enemy parent back up. Let's create a new event. We'll call it death. And then what we'll do is death. Now, coffee enemy. Custom event death. Right. Cast 2 melee enemy controller. Get controller? AI controller. There we go. Set attack to false. Let's test that. Ta-da! Problem solved. All right, now let's check. Let's go to over here. It looks a little safer. All right, come here, cow. Oh. Why are you still affected by this? Okay, clearly we need to do something more. Oh. Enemy parent. Set item number. Why is that not working? Hold on. Is it because maybe I did it too fast? Here, we'll do that, that. I don't know. Maybe it was because I was doing it too fast. Is the cow supposed to give infinite milk? In an ideal world, no. But I also didn't set a limit, so that might be part of it. Let's check. Enemy parent. Wait, what's the cow's parent? It is enemy parent. So where's the function that's letting it... Oh, don't tell me I put that logic in the player. That would be dumb. Don't tell me I did that. Event craft. Where's the interact button? Fire, jump, interact, line trace, cast to enemy parent, push. Where's the cow's push function? Push. No results found. Oh, don't tell me I put it in the cow controller. That would be weird. No. Where's the functionality for the cow to be pushed? I know I put it in here. Oh, now I'm worried. Now I'm worried. Push. Push. There it is. Okay, so it is in the enemy parent. Wait. No. I'm just realizing something horrible. Okay, so push, right? It's in the enemy parent. That means theoretically, I could walk up to a coffee bean and push it. No! What was I thinking? Oh my god. Okay. Cut that. Push. No. Event push. Peace was never an option. Okay, you can't push the espresso bean. That makes me worried. Is the tree also using that logic? It is. Okay, so we need to do the same thing for the tree. Or did we already do that? Because you made it possible to milk the coffee beans. Yes, I did. That was a mistake. Okay, so the tree has its own custom push logic. So what we'll do to make the cow not infinite, drag this out, add a variable, we'll call it milk count. It's going to be an integer. So by default, the cow is going to be able to have, I don't know, three milk. So if you shoot a cow, you only get 1 milk, but if you milk the cow, you get milk, but you only get 3. So, well, first of all, branch, is this integer greater than 0? If yes, you get milk, and if not, you get nothing. Let's test it. I don't see any close by cows. There we go. Bug or feature hidden pacifist route. Honestly, could be interesting. Okay, that's 3 milk. This cow has been milked. And he still drops 1 more milk. That's balance. Anyway. Shoot, there was something else I needed to do. Oh, right. Try to adjust location, but always spawn. Okay, so it's already set to do that, and yet the item is still pushing the cow. Why? That's why it's not the box that has an issue, it's the actual freaking icon. Let's set this to no collision. See what that does. Okay, that's a good start. Please don't hit the cow. Oh, that works better. Hello. Hey! Cool. Let's check that off. Limit cow milk. And cows now get stuck on milk drops. The vanilla beans do need one more fix, I'm realizing, which is that they still animate when they're dead. So let's close this. Maybe just at here. Oh no, wait, I added a custom event. We can just close all this. Vanilla bean. death. Nope. Event death. Set animation mode to that's not gonna be it. Maybe animation stop. You're really bad at listening to instructions, aren't you? Okay, let's get enemy parent back open. Event death. Animation. Animation mode. Let's just set this to asset and see what happens. I mean, if it works. It's also using the wrong icon, I'm realizing. So let's fix that. There it is. Expressive means are so terrifying. Alright, it's working. Cool. Let's see. Check that off. Vanilla bean death is fixed. The rest of the stuff on my list for fixing would be like super niche polishing stuff that I don't really have an idea for how do I want to do yet. So we're gonna set that aside. What about the day shift stuff? Was there anything left on there? The timer I'm gonna research later. I have a couple of items in this list that was like, oh, this would be cool for the 1.0 version. So I'm gonna have to hold off on that. We still need to investigate why ingredients aren't carrying over. UI design. Oh, here's a funny thing that I forgot about. So if we go back to our widgets, right, and go to night shift clock out, you know, it tells you, you know, you got, look how many coffee beans you collected, vanilla beans you collected, chocolate beans collected, espresso beans you collected, and then just out of left field, look how many milk beans you collected. We're just gonna say milk. Look how much milk you collected. Anyway. I can check that off the list. Death screen says same as out of ammo. Yes, it does. So I want to bind this to say something different. So what we're gonna do is we want to make this middle text say something different depending on if you died or if you ran out of ammo. So let's do that. So first off, we need to cast to the night shift character, because we're gonna want hold on, get player controller, because we're gonna want to get our ammo. Get ammo. Oh shoot, that's in the weapon BP, isn't it? Shoot. Get health. We'll just get the health. So let's get a branch going here. Is health greater than 0? If true, then let's promote this to a variable. We'll call it text. Game over text. Cool. Set game over text. We'll say out of ammo. I need to be more consistent in my capitalization, because it's like sometimes it's all caps in all the menus and sometimes it's just not. Let's fix that now before I get mad at myself later. Coffee beans. Vanilla beans. Chocolate beans. Espresso beans. Milk. The night shift has ended. Return to the cafe and exit to main menu. Dawn is breaking? Dude. Actually, I like that a lot. Dawn is breaking. Good stuff. Let me add that in my notes. Changed. The night shift has ended. Text to Dawn is breaking. Slide this over real quick. Wait. Anyone? Just crediting you for that change. All right, cool. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. All right, all of this is capitalized. Yes, okay. Back to the functionality. And if you died, I don't know, you died? Dark Souls? You died. Dawn is breaking. Oh, what is that? Night Shift character does not inherit from player controller. Oh, that's right. That's right. Get player character. There we go. Alright, let's test this. Vanilla Bean, you look deadly. Ow. Ow. You died. Dawn is breaking. There we go. I was mostly just joking around because silly end messages. Honestly, sometimes jokes are better than whatever we have normally, right? Okay. Game over text. Oh. Let's fix the tip jar thing, because I mentioned at the start of the stream that originally I made it to where it went to 0 at the start every time, and it just ends up confusing people more than it needs to. So get tips, cast a day shift character, get tips. So instead of doing that, or we can keep that and let's do this in the coffee interface. maybe in the upper left, we'll just put something that says like, here's how much money you have. The beans have slain you, switching to decaf. You have been decaffeinated. Let's grab a horizontal box. Slap it up there. We'll put it about here. Let's make it, I don't know, 300 by 100. Should be fine. Put it at 35. Grab some text. I don't need to do that. We only need one. Center it. Some placeholder text. Get some outlines going here. And then create a new binding. This will be pretty straightforward. Just cast, nope. Load game from slot. Slot 1. Cast 2, cafe save game. Get money. Append, nope. To text. From string, append, $, link. Let's see what that looks like. Wrong shift. Levels, D shift. There's our money. But it is way off in the middle of nowhere. So let's do this. Let's actually put it on the tips interface. I don't know why I'm separating it so much. Tip jar. Nope, not you. Tip jar widget. So let's just copy this. We'll add some padding from the top. We'll do 100. Change this to total. Duplicate this. So what is this binding? Get tips. No. Shit, now it's loading Visual Studio. Stop. Yes, I want to exit Visual Studio. Unreal's gonna keep trying to open it, but it's fine. So what does that get tips binding look like? Yeah, it's just talking to the character. So if we go back here, create a new binding, we can just steal all of this minus this. Paste that there. Then go back to the coffee interface. We don't need this, and this or this. Okay, so we need to reduce the padding there. So if we go back to our tip jar widget, I set the padding to be 100. Let's set it to 60. That looks better. So there's how much cash I have. There's how many chips I have. So milk, espresso, coffee, and shift. 139. Beautiful. I had a thought when I was right. I don't like that the dump drink button and the serve drink button are the same color, so we need to change that. How do I want to change the serve drink button? Let's make it green. Let's make it green. It's not tint, is it? It's supposed to be something else. Maybe it is tint. Okay. If you can raise the roughness of the materials a bit, things will look a little less glossy. Oh, when you talk about the materials, are you talking about the 3D models themselves? Just making sure I'm adjusting the right things. Oh, excuse me. Accept that. We'll do that. Pressed. We'll just do this darker. See what that looks like. Yeah. Okay. Check the chocolate coffee. Okay. We'll change the color of the dump drink button later. Let's see if we can adjust the materials roughness in engine real quick. So if I go to nope. Day shift props, here we go. I remember there was a roughness slider somewhere. I just don't remember where. Or can we just do this? Is not an issue, but might help. Yeah, it's not an issue, but I would like to have the surfaces be more rough as well. I do agree with you. Just the question of where is roughness in engine? I know I found it once upon a time, just a matter of where. What if we just look at the texture? Oh. Close that. I don't think that's going to be it, but we'll come back to that. Promote to parameter. Here we go. Hey. Let's just set this to 1. Well, I guess the building itself wasn't that rough, right? So let's change the texture of our dude. Let's see if that doesn't do anything for us. The real question is, where did I put him? There we go, models. So I'm gonna have to do this for each one, but promote to parameter. Okay, apparently can't copy paste that, but that makes sense. Roughness, set that to 1. It's only really noticeable when you are facing a light source. Well, given that the day shift has lots of light, it's kind of worth just at least experimenting, right? Whoops. Remote to variable, roughness 1. Then let's go ahead and save all. Let's see what that looks like. Not as classy anymore, that's good. Espresso iced coffee. Espresso iced coffee. We may need to fix the texture. It looks like some of the green on his shirt is on his face, but... Oh, hey, welcome back. Vanilla espresso coffee. Why are they all green now? Please send someone with a blue shirt. Please send someone with a blue shirt. Okay. What's going on here? Customer red, customer green, customer blue. Okay, it's just me. Oh my god, that scared me. I thought we just ran into a... Time remaining is also seemingly -1. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. I'm gonna do some research off stream to figure out how best to address that, and then once I get a solid answer that's not gonna take 2 hours to implement, we'll come back to it. Because I looked up a solution that someone posted on a forum, and it doesn't seem like they're doing what I'm trying to do. So we'll revisit it. I'm not even happy with how this looks currently. You know, I'd like to have that not in the way of the customer. Maybe up here, but that'll be something for next time. Oh, you just noticed it? That's fine, man. There was a lot of things that I talked about at the beginning of the stream that I just won't be working on right now. So, alright, let me pull up my list one more time, just to make sure there's nothing that we can't fix real quick, because we are reaching at least somewhat close to the end of what I'm willing to work on today. Oh, okay. This is something that our designer, Joe Dog, mentioned. But if we go to our night shift HUD, so this is not a good way to explain what I'm talking about. Let me open up the night shift. So if we jump into a level, right? And ideally have the window... Oh my god. There we go. So health is labeled, but ammo is not. I didn't label the ammo because I thought it was pretty self-explanatory, but Joe recommended that we add a ammo counter, so that way people don't have to guess and shoot to find out, which makes sense. So we're just going to fix that real quick. So let's go to our text block here and go to that binding. It's this one here. So currently we have it set up to where, you know, your current ammo over max ammo. So we're just going to make some small tweaks to make this work for what we need. We're just going to add one more pin, slide this here, break that. And say ammo. And let's see what that looks like. Pretty good. Let's add a space at the end of that. There we go. That looks a little more professional. I do want to tweak how this looks. You can't see my hand. I do want to tweak how that looks. I think it looks... I thought I fixed you. Okay. Anyway, I want to fix how that HUD looks. I'm not really happy with it. I might just stare at some other video game HUD designs to see how we can make that look nice while still fitting our cafe theme. But we'll see. Oh, I know what we did wrong. Can attack is set to true by default. Just in case. Okay, it's working for the espresso bean. Oh, you know what? I should make them hostile first before I shoot them. Hey. Ah, okay. I'm not sure why that's happening, actually. Apply damage, delay, attack again. No events there. No events there. Yeah, I just don't know why it's attacking on death. I think that's really strange. Switch to attack state. Clear and invalidate timer. Yep. Attack. Right. They attack. Can they attack? If true, move and attack. If false, do nothing. It should be that simple. What if custom ignore pawn? Let's try this again. How dare you? Okay. It's literally supposed to not have collisions on death. Set collision enabled. Set collision none. I don't know. Let's just put that in queue. Let's put that in something we didn't finish addressing. So night shift fixes. Melee attacks on death. Source is collision capsule. Actually, here's a dumb idea. Break this, right? Destroy component. It's not being used anymore, right? Come on, you saw me. So we're not getting hurt? Oh shoot, now it's not spawning the... Okay. Let's do this. Just remove that, take this, copy this. Oops. Destroy components. Okay, so that's working. I'm not getting hurt. Not hurt. Not hurt. Not hurt. We fixed it. Bam. Tick that off the Trello list right after I added it. Okay, let's update our notes. So, fixed. Whoops. Fixed. Coffee beans attacking on death. We limited cow supply of free milk. I can't read my Trello list. There we go. Vanilla beans now drop. Oh wait, I already restocked vanilla beans for enemies. Increased vanilla bean hitbox. I'm gonna slide this over so I can still see OBS. Fixed coffee beans freezing in terror upon seeing the player. That's all the night shift improvements. Day shift, please. Fixed soft locking upon pausing during the day shift. Added total money counter below tip counter. Increased roughness of customer materials. Fixed customers accepting only one ingredient type in their beverage. Added dump drink functionality. Improved. Added item description below ingredient buttons. reorganized ingredient buttons. That's it. Corrected milk beans to milk at end of night shift screen. Updated death screen text to say you died if health reaches 0. Oh, and labeled ammo counter. I think that's everything that we did today. Just to give a little look-see here. These are the patch notes for today. That's pretty good. It's all small stuff, but that's all important. So, I'll get in touch with Joe Dog on his next day off, so we can review these updates and see where we want to do, what we want to do next, or what other glitches that we encountered. I'll tap some buddies and see if we can get some more playtesters. But in the interim, let me pull it up one more time here. Can I open this in a different browser? That's a good question. There we go. If you want to play the VTuber Tiny Jam version of Cafe des Armes, it's on itch.io. My username .io Cafe des Armes. It's free. You can just hit this download button. All you got to do is unzip the files and it's playable. Oh, there's a comment section on here? Oh, shoot. Then, yeah. Feel free to make an itch account and just leave comments, and I'll work on updating the game based on that. Hopefully, my goal is to have a finished patch for the game by the end of maybe not the end of July, but maybe end of August. And then from there, we'll start working on a 1.0 release of Cafe des Armes with all the features that we originally intended and other cool stuff. So anyway, that's going to be it for today's dev stream. I am planning on scheduling something later this week. I'll try and make a tweet about it or schedule it on YouTube. But otherwise, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all next time.